That is pretty neat. Okay, well, that solves the skeleton problem. What we need now is more skeletons. I've had a few fun suggestions on how to do this, but basically skeletons turn up when you destroy the gravestones in the skeleton biome. At least they're supposed to. I'm not really sure where these ones are hiding. There might be too many animals on the map currently. Or they might be getting exploded as soon as they spawn. I don't know yet. Yeah, I think that's the case. I do see some bones laying on the ground. They're getting exploded as soon as they show up. That's probably because my damage is incredibly high. I basically one-shot anything before I even see it. One interesting suggestion was letting these spawn overnight with mining rods. That way they would continue to blow up the gravestones and spawn skeletons. Let that run overnight, see what we're left with in the morning. Well, it's the early afternoon currently, and I've got nothing but time. I definitely can manually spawn skeletons once I have the skeleton rod. I don't remember what it's called or where to get it. I know I can build or upgrade it with one of my many machines. Also, someone was kind enough to point out that my furnaces are sitting on top of the one island I don't have yet. For the longest time I was wondering where that was. There we go. We'll just collect those resources for a minute. The problem with doing that is it unleashed a bunch of droids back on me, so I need to find a home for all of these. The chest. It just slid off the sheep. It didn't land on it. The sheep get a free pass when it comes to these, but I don't. Yay, more stats. I wonder what we could possibly increase. I've already spent probably 50 of these strictly on damage. For the first time ever in Forager, I've actually looked up what I need to do, and I believe it's this building. Nope. Actually, before I get to what I need to get to, we need to move twice as fast because I don't like walking that much. This is much better. Alright, at the end of the skull maze is what we need to find. I want to say that's it, so we'll find a way over there. Yeah, I'm really glad I did the extra movement speed thing. Perfect, just what we wanted. Use it to summon skeletons. But I don't actually get to hold it or anything. Hopefully it didn't just disappear into nowhere land, because that would be unfortunate. I'm not even actually sure technically where the end of this place is, if there is an end. I just really don't want to walk back out. You also give me the thing, but this time maybe actually give me the thing? Well, I guess I completed it, so I don't have to walk back out. That's most important, really. Okay, now that I left, it seems to have planted it in my inventory. So now I can summon skeletons. Rather slowly though, as you can see by the charge on my left. But quite interestingly, if I spawn one over by the lighthouses, it should give me a ton of resources. What do you got? I have no idea. Probably a lot. 1972 bones, which brings me up to 31 billion of them. They're not worth that much, unfortunately. Anyways, once you have all of these rods, you can actually upgrade them once, and I was always wondering why it showed me the rods once I had acquired them. So if I get 10 skeleton fish, I can upgrade this into whatever. And that is something I want to do. I just need to find 10 skeleton fish, and honestly, I have no idea where to do that. Can I just use my crazy amount of wealth to buy these things? That would be so much easier. I understand that the skeleton fish that I need can be found in a fish trap in the skeleton biome. Luckily my greenhouses are over here in quite a bit of force, so I'm going to remove some animals out of my way. They're very annoying, and then I'm going to put fish traps all along here with the hopes of one day finding one or two. I'm even going to put droids on them to make this faster. Fish traps very simply are made out of wood and berries, so I think I should be able to afford quite a few of these. How many of those did I have? 20? We'll go find 20 droids. I really thought getting all these at first was going to be a good idea, but now that I have them all, they're mostly just really annoying. Pretty sure I got them all covered with a droid, except for maybe that one. No, there was a droid on that one, so I'm going to put the rest back. The lighthouse does not have an effect on these. I can't even see what's getting caught. I just have too much stuff in the way. Well, that seems to have worked because we're up to 111 fish suddenly, and I didn't have 111 before. I bet power plants also affect these. Can we build some of those? I may have time, but I don't have patience. And this idiot's going to be directly in the way, so we're going to sneak that in there. That should affect all of them, so these should be ready to go rapid fire. Not sure if the power plants do have an effect on these, because we're still sitting here waiting, and waiting, and waiting. Seriously, it takes that long? So far, I've found entirely 0 of the skeleton fish. How many is it that I need? Only 10 of them, so this should only take about 10 hours at this rate. I'm gonna double down at this point. More fish traps. Actually, I'm going for coffee. I'll be back in a bit. If getting coffee didn't work, I don't know what will. That's my best move. And nothing, unless this one just happens to have what I need, and guess what? It doesn't. There we go, I actually found it. I wasn't even paying attention, I just noticed it over there on the left, and we found 26 of them all at once. And I'm pretty sure that was all just simply a result of the coffee. Now, if I could just remember what exactly it is that builds it. One death rod, please. I guess we can't build more than one of these. Well, one will have to do. And there we have it. Death rod, much more powerful than the Necro Rod. Very descriptive, considering I'm not even really sure what the other one did. I guess just make skeletons. Okay, so we get 5 skeletons at once. Interesting. I'm really starting to appreciate the potential with that. Also, I'm pretty sure there was one of the old guys down here who's actually useful because they can actually make the rod with unlimited charges, because this one still has a charge. I fire it and then it goes up and up and up and up, and it probably takes 5-10 seconds to recharge. Old man, just give me what it is I want or I will murder your entire family, and I will enjoy that. I see you have found my tower. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see. You know I'm gonna make you go fetch some items, right? Not if I already have them. Don't resist it. I have a special reward for you. I'm talking about my super special Magic Scepter. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember this guy. I'm pretty sure it's a few parts to this quest. Cinder blooms. Yep, probably already have those. What is it you actually do with this stuff? I need a few more things before I can give you my super special Magic Scepter. Oh, the wizard. Not a wizard, he's just old. I know you want that super special. Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. How about you bring me some pigments from my magic scrolls? Yeah, those I might not have. 20. Will you accept animal feed instead? It's easy to eat because you probably don't have teeth anyway. Green pigment gets made with this stuff. It was the green one, right? One more. Come on. I think this is the last thing he needs. Hopefully it is. Okay, here, take my things. Only one more fetch. Okay. Can't you just tell me what you want without the dialogue? A big quest. Crystals? Yeah, I definitely don't have any of those. I need them for obvious magical reasons. I want you to know that if I really didn't need this for this video, there's absolutely no way I'd be giving this to you. Congratulations, yeah, thanks. You have earned my super special, yeah. Why do you give me a chest? Why would you not just give me the scepter? Now I have to waste a key. Your rods have infinite charge, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's give that a whirl somewhere where it's nice and bright and where there's not a lot of stuff in the way, which is pretty much everywhere these days. Okay, I need at least one droid following me just to pick up the crap on the ground. And probably not one that's that big. The smaller droids are better because you can see around them. Okay, Super Skeleton Rod, how does this work now? Okay, you can just kind of rapid fire like that. Interesting. Yeah, the game is not going to like this if I do this in the right spot. First I'm going to need to try, I'm going to leave the droid over there because it's also attacking my skeletons. I do have that one thing following me around that will attack them, but there's nothing I can do about that. But I want to see what happens if I spawn some skeletons up here. It's a lot of glowing light. The frame rate dropped as low as 60 there, and they're all going to die probably that fast. But I just want to see how many things I can find. I mean, I just picked up 1,000 great skulls. I'm not sure what those are worth, but it's got to be a lot. There's 25,000 great skulls. Hopefully those are really valuable. I actually want to go see. They're actually only worth 30 each. So it's worth quite a bit, but not really that much, considering I have 1102 QNs to burn through still. The problem I'm kind of faced with now is my stupid thing is automatically attacking the skeletons, and there's not really anything I can do about that. So they basically just die as fast as I can spawn them, which is amusing, but I'm not really going to get a lot of skeletons this way, am I? So is there any way to like get rid of you? Can I spawn these so far away my thing won't attack them? How much range do we have on this? I don't know what to do about this. This is suddenly really annoying. Like I could do it and run away, but then I'm gonna end up circling back to where the skeletons are again. While I'm thinking about how to actually do this now, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the area out because there's just a lot of crap in the way. I mean, maybe if I run around really fast doing this, I'll kind of get away with it, but even then, the skeletons are still gonna accumulate so much damage that I don't really know how to do this. And then I just get caught on the trees for 1 second, and then all the skeletons explode because everything explodes when they die, and that explodes the rest of the skeletons. Right now, I really wish I didn't have that stupid gold thing because it obliterates all my skeletons. Here's my very creative, clever solution to this problem. If I stand up here in the corner and continually spawn skeletons down over here, well, eventually a few of them run away out of range. That's literally all I've come up with so far. I don't know how to remove the thing from my inventory if that can be done or not, so I'm just gonna do this for like an hour. A few skeletons do get away, they'll go out, do their thing in the world without dying, so we'll just see how many turn up after say an hour. Maybe also while I'm doing that though, since I'm just gonna be waiting anyway, I'll maybe leave one island with a mining rod on it, that way I can just continually spawn skeletons, and I'm gonna use this one, which I think is gonna have the maximum amount of room for skeletons to spawn. And I'm also gonna leave it completely secluded from the rest of them. And then one mining rod, this one will eventually have a lot of skeletons on it. Maybe 2 mining rods to make sure it stays nice and clear. I've also made just a small adjustment. I've actually knocked out the land in between, that way I can spawn skeletons just on the other side, and they shouldn't really be able to run back toward me. That should hopefully motivate them to run in a different direction away from me. And they still swarm me anyway. Not sure if this is actually to my benefit or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway just because I've got to do something. And just like that, using the power of magic, my hand is not on the mouse right now, so I'm gonna leave this running for an hour. Hopefully it doesn't kill my mouse, but even if it does, worth it. You know what? I've just realized something. I only let it run for just a few minutes. The trees are going to grow in and get in the way of the skeletons, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Because if suddenly the skeletons don't have any more room to run around, well, they're going to come right back towards me or just not be able to move at all and get blown up right away. Plus, these should just help spawn more skeletons as we go. And back to what we were doing. Several hours later, and I can't help but notice a few things. One, there's some enormous numbers sitting on the screen. Not entirely sure where those came from. I guess the lighthouses have that reach up there. Even so, I've never seen numbers anywhere near this big. Also, the game still not broken. It's dropping to maybe 55 frames per second, which is still perfectly fine. I'm not even sure like what these numbers are or what they mean, if I can even pick them up. Those are so big that I have no idea what to do with them. And I'm not really sure at this point how many skeletons did escape into the world. That's still a bit of a curiosity of mine, but these numbers have kind of taken over. The game will drop to about 50 frames per second when I get a bunch of skeletons exploding at once, probably because it's trying to do a lot with a lot of large numbers. It's kind of a shame because I almost want to keep going with this just to see what's going to happen, but I do need to go chase the skeletons down. I'm running out of time. I've been at this for quite some hours. Hey, we're up to 318 QNs again. Did we go backwards? I feel like the numbers just kind of looping around. Oh, we're getting into skeleton land. That would explain it. I forgot about the skeleton. So we're at 1 frame per second, pretty solidly at 1 frame per second. I think the game may have just crashed. Hopefully I didn't lose my progress because I wanted to see what those are worth. Look at all the skeletons down there though. Wow. We're just gonna kind of let the game sit for a second and hope it comes back to life. I do think I've succeeded in killing the game though. I do still hear something working though. It's one of the mining rods, so the game is still managing that, but I don't think it's really liking the amount of skeletons I've managed to spawn. I would be very nervous to Alt F4 the game right now. I really don't want to lose the progress. As you can see in the bottom right, bones, 1246 quintillion of them. Pretty safe to say this one's not coming back to life. Now there's a few questions. What's going to happen when I restart the game, and how am I going to deal with a billion skeletons? Well, it seems to have saved the progress at 318 quintillion, which is actually a step backwards in money, and it's not really loading in. This probably isn't a good sign. I made the cursor move a little bit, but I think it saved right on the edge of the skeletons, so I'm going to walk upwards as soon as I can to hopefully get out of this. Come on game, you can do it. 1 frame per second, we're loading in. I'm going to have to take the long way around the skeletons perhaps. Or this file might just be boned. And no, that wasn't intentional. Oh, the skeletons are coming north as fast as I can walk, I think. Where even am I? Okay, look at all the skeletons now. This could be trouble. 5 frames per second though. The game's actually running again, which is odd. I don't even know where I am. Oh, I'm up in the corner again. Cool. Oh, this is going to be so bad for everything. Uh-oh. Well, no, it's still going along. 20 frames per second. The skeletons just had to make their way in. So we'll just kind of sit here patiently and watch for a sec. That is pretty neat. Okay, well, that solves the skeleton problem. I was worried I was going to have to start a new file again. I'm scared to rotate the screen though, because I feel like just off the edge is a billion skeletons. So, well, whatever, they can come in. I feel like there's not too many over on this side. Oh, okay, I could be wrong. Down to 7, 9, a little more, 8. I don't want to go any further. Once they all blow up though, they all blow up in a chain reaction, which is pretty fun to watch. Any second now, the game just slows down a lot, so it takes a little bit of extra time to do this. There we go. And that might crash it. Wait. It moved a frame, but now I don't hear any sound at all. No, there it is again. It just can't really decide what it wants to do. It's like me. Making progress? Well, we're down to a more accurate 1 frame per second. I heard a lot of skeletons die, but I still haven't seen a change in scenery. Well, good news. The game crashed so hard that I can't even get to my task manager or anything, and I can't Alt F4, so I might just have to restart the entire computer or something. One more try. Let's see where this goes. A little slow to load in. It was last time. The game did start, but it didn't last very long. The skeletons kind of infringed on my freedom a bit. It is loading in slowly though, but it's about the same scene we saw before. No, it's coming in 3-4 frames per second. I'm gonna kind of back myself off away from all this for now, because I just honestly, I don't know how to deal with this. I feel like we're just starting where we did before the last start. But well, I guess you don't really have a choice. These skeletons are just gonna blow up into oblivion and the game's gonna crash again. So I'm proud of myself. I did what I set out to do. Excellent. I think now, so long as I don't wander too far and just don't make the screen pan too far, I'll only get a few skeletons at a time. And few is a relative term here. Just inching my way over. Hopefully get a few to pop out, not all of them. There we go. Did that work? and I'm gonna go hide in my corner again so they have a little bit of freedom. It's a big chain reactions that set it off because the world is just so thick with skeletons now. They all try and blow up in a chain reaction and the game don't like that. Yeah, as long as I retreat as soon as the game starts to slow down, it seems to be okay. It can only draw so many more skeletons onto the screen apparently. See, like a number like this is fine. The game doesn't mind that whatsoever. It's the unreasonable horde that is just off screen that really upsets it. And I don't know entirely how many there are out there, but it's gonna take a while to sort through them, I imagine, considering I'm just taking a sliver at a time before retreating. But it's safe to say at this point that I've done it. I've broken the game, because as soon as I walk off screen, the game just hopelessly crashes. Want to see something really satisfying? There it is. Oh, I might have taken too big of a bite. It's really cool when it actually works though, but that's probably asking a lot right now. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and sort this out at a later date.